scrub.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hard knock life. So
Gotcha.
I think just like out of that, my love for performing just kind of, you know, I don't know, I loved it. So I think it was always something that I wanted to do. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I just knew I wanted to do it. So then I started doing community theater. I did a lot of community theater, and so that was my first passion. That was like my first experience with performing, and yeah, it's my favorite thing ever.
And how did you kind of get involved with Disney Channel, or what?
Yeah, well, it was
brought you to
interesting.
them?
I didn't, you know, I didn't know that was going to happen. You kind of just get the audition and go, and you just do it. You don't really know what it's for. So I never really intended to be on Disney, but it just kind of happened, and it's been really fun.
Yeah, that's so cool. I mean, I used to love Disney Channel growing up. Used to watch
I mean, I
all
think
those
everyone-
shows and everything. It must be a lot of fun to work on it. So, how long have you been on the show? How many seasons has it
We
gone through now?
just finished shooting our third season,
Okay.
which is airing now. Yeah.
And you're liking it?
Yeah, I mean, we've been together for about 4 years, like, you know, shooting the pilot and everything. And it's really interesting to see, you know, our progression as the seasons go on with our characters and just the overall dynamic of everyone on set. And
But I'm
it's
sure you get
great.
really close to kind of
Yeah.
everyone on.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, you say you're big into musical theater. What do you think of the whole Hamilton craze? My
I
little
think
sisters are obsessed, so I have to ask.
It's so fantastic. I first heard about Lynn with In the Heights. And so that was, I don't think it was his first show, but that was like his first like big show. That's really good too. But I saw Hamilton back in March.
Okay.
So I got to see it with most of the original cast, and that was so cool. It's so amazing. I think it really deserves all the recognition.
So it lives up to the hype.
Yeah, it's so
Okay.
amazing.
That's
Definitely.
awesome.
I know. I wanted to see it, but tickets are like what,
I
tens
have
of
no
thousands
idea.
of
Well,
dollars.
it's coming on tour here.
Awesome.
It's
Okay.
like here, I think, end of the year or something.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. So I gotta ask, you're on Girl Meets World. Did you ever watch Boy Meets World?
I didn't watch before the show because the show stopped airing before I was born.
Right.
But I went back after I booked the show and watched it, and it's really great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
cool.
so other than acting, what are kind of your biggest passions, hobbies, or what are you
So-
interested in?
I'm a musical theater enthusiast. We kind of talked about that, but I also am really interested in photography and cinematography. So that's something that I kind of pursue on the side, and I don't know, hope to do more of in the future.
Yeah, definitely. How do you kind of do you just kind of go out and just take pictures of stuff, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I travel, I try to bring a camera with me everywhere I go, just in case I come across something, you know, particularly interesting. But I just think like being on sets all the time with super interesting people, it kind of makes it easier because there's always, you know, interesting subjects to photograph.
Do you
and
travel a
people.
lot with your work, or is that?
I do a little bit. It's kind of started to pick up a little bit more, so that's cool.
That's awesome.
Like traveling is like one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. So, do you guys film everything in Los Angeles, or do you guys ever have to go to location?
Yeah, well, we shoot downtown.
Okay.
It takes place in New York, but we shoot downtown.
Gotcha.
Um,
So you don't have to go to New York every
Yeah,
every
I
couple
wish.
days. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, Girl Meets World. What's it like working with Disney? You know, in the past I've kind of heard mixed messages about kind of the studio dynamic, but have you had a good experience working with Disney so far?
No, yeah, of course. I mean, I think it's obviously very different for every show and every, you know, specific person. But we've had a really great experience. I think they were the first ones who they came to our creator, Michael, who did the original show. And so they came to him with the idea for Girl Meets World, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of been with Disney from the start. And I don't know, it's still kind of crazy just because Disney is such like a big part of everybody's childhood.
Right.
So to like just be a part of the Disney family is really, really cool.
And then do you have any other projects kind of in the works, or are you
I do. I have a few things that I can't talk
about? Yeah, I
Right.
don't know, of course.
No, but yeah, it's just all really exciting.
Yeah, definitely. So, what's your typical day like? Like, how long do you have to be at the studio when you guys are filming? Is it usually pretty long, or?
Yeah, well, we can work legally 11 hours, 11 and a half hours or something.
It's a long day.
Yeah, so we have to incorporate like our 3 hours of school, which we do on set, and then
cool.
you know, we have wardrobe fittings and rehearsal and shooting. We shoot 2 days a week and then we rehearse 3 days.
That's
So,
awesome.
Does that ever get hard to kind of balance your schoolwork with you know, like the pressures of learning your lines, or kind of making sure you're ready for camera?
I mean, yeah, it's a challenge, but I mean, I make it work because I want to do it, like, so I kind of have to. But yeah, of course, there was kind of, you know, a time period where I was like getting used to doing everything all at once.
And
But yeah.
are you planning on, like, we read that you are still interested in going to college. Do you think you'd ever want to come
Definitely.
here?
Yeah, well, I actually have a friend who goes here, and she's in film school here,
Okay.
and that's definitely something I'm looking at. So I'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
definitely a good film school, I think.
Yeah.
That.
Fight on. So you're 17. You're going to be going to college pretty soon, right?
Pretty soon, yeah.
Okay. Have you? I know. Like you've thought about USC. Have you thought about anyone else, or not as much?
Well, I've always just really been obsessed with New York, so I think going
Oh,
out
yeah.
there, yeah. So especially like with the whole theater scene out there, and just like the whole feel of the city, I've always really loved. So I'm definitely looking at going on the East Coast too.
Yeah. So you've also had experience with both platforms, where you've been able to do some work in theater and also in film. Do you have a preference? Do you like any one better than the other?
I mean, they're both so different. Probably because I started with theater, like that was my first passion. I'll always have like, a really big love for that. But I really love doing both, and just being able to like switch back and forth is really cool. So.
So
Yeah.
in 10 years, do you hope to still be kind of doing the same thing, or where do you see this all going for you? Sorry, that's a loaded question. I'm just curious.
It's really weird to think about, but I do definitely want to get more into films too. I mean, I spent the last 3 years doing television and I love it, but I just want to try some other things.
Yeah.
But theater is definitely like what I want to end up doing.
Broadway.
Yeah.
So I take you can sing then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. That's really good to hear. I can't, so I don't know if
Were
you
you
can.
ever into like dancing as well?
I did a lot of
Really?
tap.
Really? So did I. I was awful.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I love tap. I did a little bit of ballet, which I think is like important if you want to do theater.
Yeah. No, ballet
Yeah.
definitely helps with all aspects.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And so you also said you're sort of interested in cinematography, right?
Yeah.
Would you ever want to do some camera work, or do you like the other side of it being on screen a lot better?
Yeah, well, I think that kind of goes hand in hand with photography. I've always loved, I guess cameras are really fascinating. So, cinematography, making films, directing, all of that is kind of on my radar and something I kind of want to do.
Right.
Well, I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You have a lot of time.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So you say you want to go to New York. Is that kind of your favorite place to live, or?
Well, I've never
Is
lived there, but I think it's my favorite place. And I mean, once I live there, I'll probably have a different idea of it because it's just been vacation, like a vacation for now. But I just think it's really inspiring too, in all aspects. So.
And then you just went to the Creative Emmys.
I
Is
did,
that
yeah.
correct? How was that?
That was really cool. Our show was nominated last year too, and that's really fun. Just recognizing all the things that most people don't think about, like the
Yeah.
cinematography and the wardrobe people and makeup and everything. And there's also a really cool ball afterwards, like a government
Really?
ball. So that's really fun.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah. And of course you get to go with all your co-stars and everything, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to be there. Awesome. Well, Corey, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for
Really
having me.
appreciate you coming on, and thank you for joining us. You can catch us every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
That's crazy. Wow. I can't